So I believe this has happened to everyone. You applied for multiple jobs, and finally one HR called you. And, in the interview happened, you gave the test and everything, especially for designers, engineers, or anyone who is a job seeker. And HR, at the end of the day, HR told you that she will call you back. The call you back has become the worst sentence in the industry nowadays because it does not have a significance of when and how she's going to call you back and what is going to be the deadline and when does she need to close the position. So I'll tell you, I have been a UX manager for quite a while. I have taken multiple interviews. I know what happens when you give an interview, and it's certainly not completely HR's fault to tell you that she will call you back because she does not have a tentative answer or a tentative date. So let's go by these 4 points. HR are not the decision maker. They are an employee just like you and me. They have pool of data, they have pool of candidate, and they go through each and every candidate and they provide that candidate to the product manager, the project manager, and then the interview happens. To be able to tell you what exactly happened, HR needs that confirmation from the manager to tell you the truth. But 80% of the time, managers also don't respond. So how the HR is going to respond to you? That's a huge gap in the industry nowadays. So let's state the reasons. There is lack of candidate pool management. So there is one software I have been using, and I used while I was working in the last company. It's called Freshwork, and I saw that there is lack of candidate pool management. I say that because you gave an interview, there are multiple interviews, and there is no uh, functionality wherein the HR can select and say why did she reject that person and why that person was rejected. Even on LinkedIn, if you see, there is just one specific, like a type of message why the candidate was rejected. Unfortunately, we cannot hire. That's it. And that doesn't help. Like, if you are rejected, you should know why you got rejected. So that can help you work on that specific skill and reapply to other companies again. Imagine uh, replying to so so why I'm saying pool management. So imagine replying to 100 rejected candidates for an HR. It would be a lot of work. But what if there could be a way and automation criteria of rejection through the app itself, and the automated message could uh, go to the candidates as an email. This could really help the candidate understand his position better, what he exactly needs to learn, and if he's the right fit for this company or not. Third point, I would say, before you apply for a job, do you give all your information or it is just a plain CV? Because the interview happened and Later on, HR or the team finds out that you had not given the complete information. So you have to be completely honest with the HR as well. And then go for the interview, because in the interview happened, you wasted their time, they wasted your time, and then there is a disruption of one particular information, which makes you not fit for the company. Then why do you think HR would waste the time to reply you back? They would not. The last one, you know, I have seen myself 80% of the time the candidate is not rejected, but they're on hold because the HR does not have a definite answer from the product manager and project managers if they are rejecting you or if they're selecting you, or they just want to keep the pool data to make sure that they can hire you within next 3 months or 2 months. I know that's a waste of your time, but that's not completely the HR's fault. They are doing this because they do not have the answer themselves from the managers, the product managers, or let's say team lead, what should happen to your profile. So this becomes an issue for the HR as well. I have seen the HRs forcing me, telling me to give them the answer because they have to reply to the candidates. And sometimes I was stuck, I could not reply, but I learned that why is this very important to reply to the HR, because the candidate would depend on the HR's answer. Okay, next point. This is not part of the HR's fault. Why you are depending on just one company? Why? Apply for 100 jobs, wait for an answer, do just one follow up, not more than one follow up with an HR or the company. As HR keeps the pool data of candidates, why can't you keep pool data of jobs or companies which can help you do better, which can help you land the job faster? You should have options. They have options. Why don't you have an option? Thank you.